In the heart of New York City, a sudden disturbance rattled the foundations of reality itself. People on the streets looked up in awe and terror as a massive rift tore through the sky, crackling with energy. On one side, the iconic skyline of Metropolis, and on the other, the unmistakable silhouette of Xavier's school for gifted youngsters. The boundaries of two worlds were colliding. Professor Charles Xavier, leader of the X-Men, stood on the mansion's balcony, his wheelchair gripped tightly. He had sensed this disturbance moments before it happened, and he knew that this was not a natural occurrence. The X-Men, including Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Storm, and others, gathered around him. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and the rest of the Justice League watched the rift with equal concern. They had received a distress signal from Xavier and knew they had to investigate. As the two teams prepared to converge on the rift, they had no idea of the challenges they would face or the bonds they would forge. As the X-Men and the Justice League entered the rift, they found themselves in a surreal landscape that merged elements of both their worlds. Buildings from New York and Metropolis stood side by side, and the skies were an eerie blend of day and night. The heroes quickly realized that they were not alone. The first encounter was between Wolverine and Batman. Their fierce battle lasted for minutes, both testing each other's skills. However, they soon recognized the need to work together. The two brooding, relentless warriors reluctantly put aside their differences, realizing that their true enemy was the unknown force that had brought them here. As the other members of both teams encountered their counterparts, they too found common ground. Storm and Wonder Woman used their powers to clear the skies, merging day and night into a harmonious balance. Green Lantern and Cyclops combined their energy beams to create a beacon, guiding their teams to a central location where they could regroup. Working together, the X-Men and the Justice League discovered that their worlds had been manipulated by a powerful cosmic entity known as the Weaver of Realms. The Weaver was a being that fed on the chaos and conflict between different realities, seeking to merge them into a single chaotic universe. Realizing the threat they faced, the two teams devised a plan. They would split into smaller groups, each tasked with retrieving a mystical artifact that could weaken the Weaver's power. The artifacts were scattered across the merged cities, each protected by formidable guardians. One group, consisting of Superman, Jean Grey, The Flash, and Nightcrawler, ventured into the dark alleys of the merged cities to find the Amulet of Balance. It was said to hold the power to restore order to the chaotic world. They faced twisted versions of villains from both universes but eventually triumphed through their unwavering determination. Another group, including Wonder Woman, Wolverine, Aquaman, and Rogue, journeyed into the depths of the merged ocean to retrieve the Trident of Harmony. They encountered sea monsters and creatures born of the chaos but prevailed through their unity and unyielding resolve. With the artifacts in hand, the X-Men and the Justice League converged on the Weaver of Realms' lair. The Weaver, sensing their approach, sent waves of reality warping energy at them, testing their newfound unity. But the heroes, standing side by side, combined their powers, wielding the artifact's magic against the cosmic entity. In a climactic battle that shook the very foundations of the merged cities, the heroes fought with all their might. The Weaver of Realms unleashed its full power, warping reality in an attempt to tear them apart. But the X-Men and the Justice League, driven by their shared purpose, stood strong. In the end, the combined might of the X-Men and the Justice League proved too much for the Weaver of Realms. With a blinding flash of light, the cosmic entity was vanquished, and the merged cities began to separate. The heroes returned to their respective worlds, their bonds forged through the crucible of battle. Superman and Cyclops exchanged a nod of mutual respect, while Batman and Wolverine shared a brief, acknowledging glance. As the rift closed behind them, the X-Men and the Justice League knew that they could call upon each other in times of need, for they had become allies in a world where the boundaries of reality had briefly blurred. In the aftermath of the crossover event, the X-Men and the Justice League continued to protect their worlds from threats, But they also knew that they were not alone. Occasionally, they would meet at the Rift's location, where a dimensional gateway remained as a reminder of their shared adventure. The people of both universes marveled at the stories of heroes from different worlds coming together to save reality itself. It was a testament to the power of unity and cooperation, proving that even in the face of the most extraordinary challenges, the combined strength of heroes could overcome any obstacle. And so, the worlds of Marvel and DC were forever changed by the events of that fateful day, as the X-Men and the Justice League stood as a symbol of hope and inspiration for all. In a universe where anything was possible, the heroes knew that they would always be ready to answer the call, no matter where or when it came from.